All right, this just got dropped off via FedEx today. This is the Nova Freedom 177 from American Tactical. This is their PCP multi-pump kind of Frankenstein gun, but I think the only other really competitor is something from FX FX, either the Indy or the Independence. But those are like $1,300, $1,400, so we'll see. Made in China, that's cool, I guess. Maybe Crossman, Benjamin will come out with something US made, but until then we got this, so let's cut it open. They really take this thing up pretty good. Alright, and here we go. Here's the actual box it comes in. It's pretty well packed, I'd say. Box opened up. Looks like a manual. Brochure. These guys sell like all sorts of real firearms, handguns, shotguns. Just getting into the airgun market, it looks like, but they sell ARs. All sorts of crazy things, so. This guy out. Ooh, alright. So, I don't know what this little screw and Allen wrench is for. That kind of fell out of this bag here. Here it is. It's pretty hefty. Got some weight to it. Not too bad, actually. I was expecting it to be heavier than it is, but open sights. Alright, we'll come to that here in a minute. They give you 2 magazines. Oh, if I can get, I'm not gonna be able to get that out of there. Two magazines, and there it is. This is on here pretty loose, actually. I don't know if it comes from a factory like that or what. Sure, I can just tighten it down. Yeah, there's a pump lock. Safety. There's the lever action. Let's get that over here. Magazine goes in. Alright, so I got a scope attached to the gun. It's a UTG Bugbuster 3x9. And what I'm going to do today is just run 7 different pellet types through the gun at 12 yards on the lower setting. I'm indoors today. It's kind of rainy and windy and nasty out again. So I don't want to shoot through my pellet trap, but we're going to do a test on the lower setting at 3,000 PSI. I'm going to pump it up after every 10 shots, so after 2 different groupings, to keep it at right around 3,000 PSI, maybe 2,600, and just see what kind of pellets the gun likes. All right, so here are the results. These were all on the low power setting. I pumped it up to about 3,000 psi, did 2 5-shot groups, and then pumped it back up to 3,000. Try and keep it a little bit consistent. So the Meister Coogan, or whatever they're called, 8.2 grains, pretty good, under a dime. They're all pretty much lined up except for that one guy. The Superdome, 8.3 grains, were probably the best out of this whole test. I mean, you can see they're well under a dime and almost the same hole, so that's good. The Hobbies, kind of the same thing as the other wad cutters. I mean, they got almost a straight line and then one flyer. Super Points, I felt like they went 2 in here, 2 in here, and then one kind of in the middle. As you can see, the Super Points make a kind of weird hole, so it looks a lot bigger than it does, but even still, under a dime. Crossman Premier Hollow Points. They're alright. This is probably one of the better groups I've got with these pellets. When I kind of sighted in my scope a little bit, I used these just because they're cheap, and they were kind of all over the place. I don't know why. Maybe it was just because the gun was brand new and needed to get some lead down the barrel, but I don't know. So this is one of the better groupings I've gotten. But I don't think I'm going to use these anymore just because they didn't do too well. The Super Hollow Points did pretty well. And the Magnums. I mean, these are obviously the heaviest out of the bunch, so they kind of got a vertical line to them. I pumped it back up to 3,000 psi when I shot these, and this was a second 5-shot group, so maybe I'll try pumping, starting these 5 groups at 3,000 psi and see if they don't get such a vertical line to them. But other than that, I mean, I just sighted in this thing with sighted in the gun with some Crossman hollow points and just shot this grouping. So overall, pretty impressed with it so far. I'd like to try another one on the high power setting and see what that does. But then again, this is only at 12 yards. It's kind of rainy and windy today, so can't go outside.